The market was a symphony of sounds. People chattered, vendors hawked their wares, and beneath a vegetable stall a tiny puppy whimpered. He was a small thing, barely bigger than a mango, with fur the color of dusk. He had been separated from his mother, a brown street dog, amidst the market rush. Now, he was alone. The smells were overwhelming: spices, ripe fruit, and something else, something scary, the metallic scent of fear. Each time a footfall neared his hiding place, the puppy trembled. He was hungry and thirsty, his small belly aching with emptiness. The sun beat down on the cobblestones, making the air thick and hot. As the day wore on, the market crowd thinned. The puppy, summoning a surge of courage, crept out from under the stall. He was met with a dizzying array of sights and sounds: children chasing each other, stray dogs rummaging for scraps, and towering jeepneys rumbling past. Disoriented and scared, the puppy started to run. He ran until his paws ached, the bustling market fading into a maze of narrow streets. The city, Legazpi, was a labyrinth of unknown dangers. Days blurred into nights. The puppy, driven by hunger and fear, scavenged for scraps. He learned to avoid the larger territorial dogs and the cruel kicks of hurried pedestrians. He discovered the sting of rain and the bone-chilling cold of sleeping on bare pavement. One day, his nose led him to a group of children huddled in an alleyway. They were sharing a plate of rice. Timidly, the puppy approached, his tail tucked between his legs. One girl, her eyes bright with kindness, noticed him. She offered him a small morsel of rice. The puppy gobbled it down, his tail giving a tentative wag. For a moment, he felt a glimmer of hope. But it was fleeting. A gruff voice boomed from the entrance of the alley. "Get away from here, you mangy mutt!" The children scattered, leaving the puppy alone once more. The man, his face contorted in anger, loomed over him. The puppy cowered, bracing himself for a blow. Instead, a gentle hand reached down and patted his head. "It's all right, little one," a woman's voice soothed. She shooed the man away and offered the puppy some water in a chipped saucer. He lapped it up gratefully, his tail now wagging with cautious optimism. The woman, ailing Rosa, was a kind vendor who worked in the market. She had been watching the puppy, her heart breaking at his plight. She couldn't bear to see him suffer. For a few days the puppy found refuge at ailing Rosa's stall. She fed him scraps and gave him a warm corner to sleep in. It wasn't much, but it was the closest thing to love he had ever known. But his newfound happiness was short-lived. One evening, a city official came to ailing Rosa's stall. He was rounding up stray animals. "It's for their own good," he said, his voice devoid of emotion. Ailing Rosa pleaded with him, tears streaming down her face, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. The puppy, along with other captured strays, was taken to the city pound. It was a noisy, overcrowded place reeking of disinfectant and despair. The dogs barked and howled, their cries a chorus of fear and frustration. He was thrown in a cage, small and cramped. Days turned into weeks. The puppy, once full of life, became withdrawn and listless. His once bright eyes were now clouded with sadness. He ate little, his small body growing thinner by the day. One afternoon, a young girl with bright, kind eyes peered into his cage. It was the girl from the alleyway. She had been searching for him. Seeing him in this state, her heart sank. She knew she had to do something. The girl, her name was Maya, talked to the shelter workers. She told them about the puppy, how gentle and loving he was. She pleaded with them to let her adopt him. Touched by her compassion, the workers agreed. Maya named the puppy Lucky. He had been through so much, but his luck had finally changed. In Maya's loving arms, he found a home, a family, and a reason to hope again. The scars of his past remained, but they were slowly healing, soothed by kindness and love. The city, once a symbol of fear and loneliness, became a place of hope and second chances.